Filming. Yo, what up, what up, what up? New York, this is Brickwall Conversations, NY motherfucking C. Right now I'm sitting with who?
AuraRight Eo, man. CEO of AuraRight Records, Master Manifestor, and Professional Pothead.
When you say you're the CEO of AuraRight Records, who's on your label? Like, what's that about?
I got my young dudes, Narp, Clover. They from Staten Island, man. It's a disenfranchised place, so you know we decided to get some homies from out that side, and I got all my producers with me. My cousin Crispy on the beat, my other cousin Micah on the beat, and then we actually got Hooligan, one of the youngest from my town, young brother that's been rocking with me for the last 3 years. So yeah, we got a little family, man. We starting to build. We just got management for Fully Focused Entertainment. So yeah, we busting some moves right now.
That's what's up. So alright, real question. You out here managing talent, but can you tell me about some of the things that you do personally? What's your work like?
Man, like I'm a, I'm not gonna consider myself a gamer or anything, but like big on gaming, big on gaming, big on dog breeding, and show curations and stuff like that. That's really what I do. If I'm not really either curating something, if I'm not dealing with animals of some nature, if I'm not trying to grow weed, then I'm making music. You know what I mean? So like that's really what I do. And like I said, I'm just a regular dude, man. I'm a trippy little nigga from Rockland County, Spring Valley, New York.
So in Brickwall, at Brickwall, in our Brickwall studio, we don't believe that anything is regular. So tell me, where'd you grow up? What's your history like? Where you from?
I'm from Spring Valley, man. The home of reality TV, man.
How so? What does that mean?
So back in the days, we used to have something called paper chase DVDs. And shout out to Black. This is a true story. I want everybody to know this. We, Rockland County, invented YouTube. We invented World Star. We invented all of that because we used to make the first fight DVDs. The first DVDs where niggas was fighting and all of that. And the same, like all those DVDs, we used to be the ones making them.
The fight DVDs?
Yeah, those fight DVDs from back in the day. Like
Smack?
Yeah, before Smack, before all of that. It was just straight Spring Valley, New York. Niggas was out here doing dirt and really catching it on camera. And it was called Paper Chase. And I remember, back in the days when 50 was just coming on. If you go into clubs, if you was looking at all them old videos, all them fight videos used to be playing in the clubs. And Ron the Black, he was actually, one of the dudes who really made that formula happen for people like World Star and stuff like that. He never got the credit for it, but I done seen some of these videos myself. I done seen a young 50 Cent. I done seen Lil Duval with braids in his head.
Fat 50.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I done seen everybody. I remember DJ Sus One promoting Paper Chase. That's what got him popping. He was getting picked up in a party bus in Westchester and getting brought to Spring Valley and shit. Do these parties when I'm like 5, 6, 7, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm outside. I was outside at that age. You know what I'm saying? I'm Johnson Street, so I was outside pitching them rocks while everybody was in the club.
So question, how did music start for you? Like, how did you segue yourself into your craft and your management levels?
Since I was 3 years old, I wanted to be Michael Jackson.
What does that mean?
Like, if you wanted to shut me up from crying, you had to put in the Moonwalker movie. So growing up, I wanted to be Michael Jackson. So, I always wanted to be Michael Jackson. Music's always been a thing.
So what genres of music do you gravitate to? Where do you find yourself settled in your
There's never really been one genre for a nigga like me, only because I grew up in so many different environments. So if you could talk about rock and roll more than we could talk about rap today, because I was in a rock band before I was a full-time rapper, and that band was called ROFL. We dropped an album called Metaphor 5-6 when we was in high school, and the crazy story about that was the band was already made before I got there. There was a member called Nick Pentamone, and he actually suffered a paralyzed vocal cord, and it was May 7th, and I was playing basketball in the gym, and they came up to me and said, "Listen, could you replace Nick until his voice gets better?"
Wow.
And I said,
tragedy created opportunity.
Yeah, and it was crazy, and I didn't know how to take it, and I ended up going to band practice, and it was just like glue. And I ended up staying there, and then they were all a year older than me, so I was a junior, they were all seniors. And shout out to all of them: John Bernstein, Willie Pierce, Nick Pentamone, Dakota McCormick, freaking James. Oh man, Brandon Vallejo. I love y'all, man. But basically what happened was all of those guys end up going to Ivy League schools. My whole band went to Ivy League schools, Columbia, all of that. And I just was this dude in high school, senior year. So all of that energy that they presented me with and blessed me with, I had my senior year to just grow as an artist. So yeah, I think that was different. I think that was really different. And
how many groups have you been involved in and like influenced?
I want to say there's a couple. So in the beginning, you know, we had ROFL. I was a part of a label called Rock Runner Records. It was just Rock Runner ENT, but Rock Runner Records. You know, shout out Precise. Rockland County.
Oh, Rockland. Yeah, okay.
Makes sense. So you know, Rock Runners. We was running the Rock. Shout out Precise. Shout out Veg. Me and Veg ain't that tight no more, but it's always love. We always give love to niggas who put the seeds in the ground. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna ask you a question that's definitely off topic. Can you tell me about your jewelry today? What are you rocking?
Oh, these are some Hamza pieces. This is my Hamza piece and my Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, where I started wearing these a couple years ago because I feel like I needed some serious protection. A lot of weird ass energy out there that's been emitting our way ever since that we started getting to this point. So I just, you know what I mean, not no real diamonds or anything, but it's just for protectional purposes. I've had these blessed by several different people of several different religions.
Wow, talk about that. So, like, how do you even find somebody to bless your jewelry? What was that?
I mean, I went to a really diverse high school, man. I went to school with Muslims, Jews. I went to school with a lot of Jewish kids. So you know, all of us decided to go through different religions and different stories. Some of us are shamans. Some of us have, you know, decided to go through spiritual realms in different ways. And you know, right before I started taking these serious steps in life, I just decided to have these blessed. And like, I had these blessed since the ending of. Okay, so back to the cruise from Rock Runner, we had MTC, which was the Mountain Talk Club, and then from the Mountain Talk Club that split, and we made the Aura Gang. And so from Aura Gang, which was MTC was Cash P, Ruga, Light, Bino, you know what I mean, and myself, and then that split, they became a crew called GYK, and then we ended up making Aura Gang, and I was J-Nap, Dot, Chuck Chiba, and myself, and that split up, and I let them keep the name of Aura Gang, and I made AuraRight, and that's why we got to where we at right now, you know what I mean, AuraRight Records.
I'm glad you said that. So can you tell us, who the fuck is AuraRight Records? What is your brand?
AuraRight Records is to be AuraRight is to do everything within your spirit, the best way of your ability. So everyone you could do a math equation right, but if your soul's not in it, it's not AuraRight.
Ooh.
So like, we do everything with our soul first. Like we do everything with our soul, or our soul's intention is first, and our mind thinking second. And that sounds crazy to do sometimes, but because of that, we make the best decision every time. And that's what makes it AuraRight. You know what I mean?
So being that you are in New York City and you are AuraRight Records, and most people don't know what AuraRight Records is, talk about your involvement in our New York City cannabis scene.
Yeah, man. So you know, for the last, I want to say it's 2022. Last 7 years, I've been deep in this, man. Like, I started with a Hood Smokers Club. Started building off, started working with people like the great Tariq Buds, man. That's my uncle right there, man. That's the uncle right there. You feel me? Ganja Pigs, you know, getting cannabis endorsements, stuff like, you know, shout out Kurt Papers, Michael O'Malley. You know what I mean? This is in 495 stores all over the city. I'm proud to say, like, I helped, you know, push that initiative in New York City. Cause I'm not from here. I'm from Rockland County, Spring Valley, New York, the boonies. We don't got tall buildings like y'all. Our tallest building might be 3 stories, like 3 floors, and that's it. We don't have no Vegas.
I got a question for you, man. In communicating with you, sometimes you sound like you're from a different time and a different place. Do you get that a lot?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Where do people usually say you sound like you're from?
They think I'm from like Northern California, or like, it's crazy. I do get a lot of the Northern California or that Midwest twang or whatever like that, but you know what it was is that I didn't grow up listening to New York music for a very long time. I listened to Cali music growing up, a lot of Houston music. When I was a kid, I wanted to be DJ Quick, I wanted to be Mac Dre, I wanted to be Pimp C. I didn't want to be Jay-Z. I didn't want to even. I love Jay-Z's lyrics, but I didn't want to be that. So all of my steeds, all of my energies, like the Bay Area. I got big Bay Area influence, big Houston, Swisher House influence. My birthday is June 27th.
Who's your Bay Area top 3?
Oh, Mac Dre, Sugar Free, and then I'm gonna go off Mr. Fab. Mr. Fab, hands down, big Bay shit, big Bay shit. I stayed in the Bay for a little bit, 24th and Telegraph, man. It was definitely a beautiful experience. I learned a lot about the cannabis world. They blessed me, man. They gave me a house. They gave me my own house to live in too. It was crazy. Like they really showed me love. Gave me the straps and everything. It was real. Kept me safe out there. Yeah.
So, being that you're in front of this camera right now, you have this very rare and distinct opportunity to talk to people who are going to see this and feel very aligned with you. What would you recommend for a young gamer? What would be their pathway that gets them off the conventional road into a creative road?
Learn to play games that build family versus build friends. I don't like Call of Duty because you can just like I don't really like it, but I only play Call of Duty when I'm with my best friends because they really don't want to see me die. They really don't want to see me lose, and because of that, the game is damn near a real mission. It's a real mission, and we take that shit off the console and we put that shit in real life. My family, shout out my cousins, man. I don't really talk. Some of us haven't been talking, but shout out my cousin Dion, my cousin OJ, my cousin Ezra. Every Thanksgiving we used to get together and we used to play video games. And the goal of every Thanksgiving was just to beat every game that we could. Left 4 Dead, any game, Halo, and we each takes turns each mission. So everyone had to be better than the next person to get that stick. Feel me? Pause. And it was just about togetherness and building your team up. You know what I mean? And that's one skill that stuck with me in life. And wherever I go, no matter what we're doing, I might have to bully you a little bit to make you better. And that's what video games kind of taught me for sure. If that's one thing I could say. If you want to learn something from a video game, that's one thing to take. Hand-eye coordination, shit. If you want to play 2K, at least be the GM. If you want to feel me, at least be the GM a couple times. Like right now, I'm working with the Triple Threat Basketball League, and they got me as chairman of entertainment over there.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, so I was blessed with that opportunity just from networking, and I wanted to buy a team. I wanted to buy a team and bring a team to New York for the whole league. There's a lot of different states in the league, and I decided I was just like, man, I could have a team, or I could help every team, and I decided to get a chairman position in entertainment because there's money in entertainment, so we could bring more people into the chairs, put artists into these halftime shows, and we could start growing in another proximity, in another avenue that no one's touching right now. So when y'all get a chance, look up TTBL Pro on Instagram. We coming, man. We got 20 states, 60 teams, summer league and regular season. It's gonna be magical. I'm proud to be a part of it. Like I said, we're trying to get money outside of music too, so that's just what it is, man. I can't even call it. That's just what it is. Boston, inside and outside of everything that we're doing.
So what is it like being a young entrepreneurial black gamer?
It's fun.
Running a team. Like what is that process like? And what's your experience with it? What's the ups and the downs?
Because I could be so serious with my homies, and they know that if we really having time to chill, we could play video games and they get to see another side of me. But because I almost use video games, I punish myself by not playing video games anymore. Because it's so fun. And being an entrepreneur, you gotta take that, knowing what's fun and separating what's business and get to the business first so you can have all the fucking fun. And not give a care in the world where no one thinks about you when you're having the fun.
What obstacles have you faced as being this young black entrepreneur in the gaming industry? Can you share some of the challenges you faced and how you got through them for the next person in line?
I mean, I had to get dirty. I had to get dirty with it. You gotta find out who's fucking up, who's doing shit wrong. You gotta sit there and play chessboard. You gotta treat like you don't play chess. You gotta play chessboard. You gotta. There's nothing on your board right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, you might go to someone's showcase or gaming event, and say, "Oh, this is what they got. I gotta get the same thing," and carve those pieces out and bang, 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 and make your board. No matter what's on the other side, you just gotta have your pieces and your strategy to checkmate. And that's once you have those pieces, the next nigga can come and be like, "Hey, oh, bruh, I need this, that, and that." You know what I mean? He don't even know what's on his board yet, but the chessboard already set up for the little homie or the best friend or the person that care about you because you want to see them win. And I think that's important. Being in the gaming world, being in the music world, being in the cannabis world, just being relatable, having connections, and being able to set it up like a tier system. So when niggas is ready to work and they get to that point, everything is ready for them to get to that next point because you care about them and you're willing to give it to them. So, you know.
So, to segue with that kind of a conversation that we're moving in the path of, you're a young black entrepreneur. What's your opinion on mental health when it comes to the gaming industry that you're in?
I feel like in the gaming world, mental health is everything because I play gun games to kill people. So I'm upset. I play Skyrim when I want to feel like a hero. I play 2K or FIFA when I want to learn how to run a business, or when I want to feel like there's people cheering for me. So, you know, we go into these games because we needed something that wasn't there in the real world. You know what I mean? At this point in life, it's been so presentable to us. So as a guy who's actually put himself in the psych ward, I put myself in the psych ward before. You know what I'm saying? I put myself in the psych ward before. And the one thing I did miss when I was in there was video games. Because I sat there and I would just imagine myself being in the game because there was nothing in those rooms. So like, if you're gonna play a video game, understand why you play it in your subconscious mind. I feel like because the video games we make avatars for a reason. They don't look nothing like us, you know. So
Do you think that video games sometimes take the place for mental health maintenance?
Absolutely, because when I was my most depressed, I played Skyrim because I was broke up with my baby mom. He wasn't good financially. He wasn't straight. I needed to be the hero in something. And so I played Skyrim heavy. I remember starting playing Skyrim. It took me a month and a half to become level 32. I was taking down mammoths with arrows, and I was like, I needed that. I needed to take down them dragons. I needed to feel powerful. I needed to feel like an alpha when I was feeling like a beta, because I'm really an alpha in real life. I just wasn't feeling like it.
So I do know that in the cannabis scene, it's apparent to me that you throw events sometimes. Can you talk about how you get into curating your own events and?
So I throw smaller. I throw smaller events. I started working with a Hood Smokers Club originally, and then once I broke off, started doing my own stuff, focusing on my music. I started making all my events simple. I said, if you're not gonna be there for my music, that's cool. You don't gotta support the music, but I love this weed, and you gonna come for this weed, man. So we started bringing if you build it, they will come mentality. They don't gotta come for exactly what you want, but they gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So that was my mentality. I wanted to find a way of making money, and I realized that was the easiest way. And if you really have a sociable mentality to you, it's gonna be easy for you to get it. And that's just what it's been for the last 3-4 years. And learning how to curate just came from honestly, God bless my mother, man. She been curating people call my mom for weddings and baby showers and all of that, and she just makes them shits happen out of thin air. And I just used to just study. And I guess I get my curating skills from my mother and my smarts from my father. So I'm just the perfect mix of two beautifully blended motherfuckers. You know, that's the best way to put it, man.
So, you definitely are a person of colorful being. Outside of rap music, how does a person like yourself, as an entrepreneur, navigate making money?
When I'm not rapping, this is gonna sound real misogynistic and like sexist maybe. I don't know who's gonna be offended. But like, shout out all the ladies, man, the strippers, man, they keep me healthy. I manage, do the little, stripper jones right here around the city and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I manage a couple of dancers and stuff. I get them their gigs and stuff like that. When I'm not doing that, shout out Rover and Wag. Those are my two favorite apps because I like to babysit dogs and walk dogs and shit like that. Because like I said, if I want to make money, I don't really need niggas to make money. I can make my money off of women and animals. So
You seem to really like dogs.
I love dogs. If it's not,
What's going on with that? Like, where's your love from dogs come from? Why does it make you feel so like great?
Because they love me back and they don't say shit. And all I gotta do is nurture them for that love, and it's different. Cause sometimes you can't nurture a woman and they just give you love. They give you problems for nurturing them because they're not used to it. Or even the homies, you might want to nurture a situation with them and they fight it because they think they know it all. And this is like when an animal, or any animal, not even just a dog, it could be a fucking lion, it could be anything. If you nurture it the right way, it's gonna give you a reciprocation that you can't buy. And with people need a return on investment. And animals don't use money.
Valid. All right, so what's your next plans that you have coming up as far as your bands? What do you got working with that people can check out? And
I'm really stepping into the gaming world a little bit. I'm working with a company known as JoinCoin. We have a crypto game coming out.
Really?
Yeah, we got the nice situation in crypto voxels. So I'm gonna be working with them. Working on that is my new bread and butter on outside of Triple Threat Basketball League, and I'm getting back into dog breeding. I'll be appearing at the BullyCon this year. People go to Comic Con, people go to Fashion Con, they go to all the cons. You know what I'm saying? But this is BullyCon. Bring your best dogs. My boy Anthony Valentino, he brought me back. 845 Bullies always been a thing. So 845 Bullies will be back in full effect. The family is back, and we have to come take shit over, man. Get into these murals, throwing these mural dogs and shit. They'll throw them pretty pennies at us, man. We got some heat coming. We got a lot of different things coming, man. So like I said, inside music, outside music, we just trying to get mixy, man. We just trying to get mixy, trying to stay healthy, and just turn the United States into the United States of Aura. So it's the USA either way. You feel me? That's just what we're trying to do.
So, in respect to that, can you tell us about your team and who is working with you and backing you up? Like, what is your...
we never really had anybody backing us because people have always kind of been threatened by the energy.
But who's on your team?
Oh, when it comes to that, I got my little brother Nart, Clover, my cousins, man. My cousin Micah and my cousin Crispy. Random story, my 25th birthday, I had this studio in Patterson. Shout out A World Entertainment, Amy Jacobs. She gave me this studio. She's like, yo, it's your birthday. You work so hard, just take it. Just do what you want. Bring some girls there, whatever. I said, I'm gonna have a session. And there was this dude in the office on Spruce Street. Shout out the Art Factory. If you don't know, go get your video shot at the Art Factory. 70 Spruce Street in Patterson. Bodak Yellow was shot there. I helped. I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but shout out Fresher. Man right now, a couple videos over there shot. There's a couple videos shot over there. I ain't gonna say, what I mean? Like I said, I'll be in the loop. But they blessed me with the spot, and this dude was there, and he was like, hey man, I'm an engineer. I'll come through. I'm do the session. I was like, alright, okay, God, it's good. We gonna rock with it. He came through, and he's like, yo, send me the email. I sent him the email, and he's like, nigga, send me the email. I said, I did. He's like, wait, you don't got the same last name as me, do you? And I was like, I guess so, nigga. You know what I mean? My last name Capers. His last name Capers. He did some research. Our grandmas is like sisters and shit. You know what I'm saying? Magic, bro. Some real shit. That's my cousin. He's one of our producers now. And we got our other little cousin Micah. And then we got Los, aka Hooligan. We used to call him Suede, but his Suede was so crazy he turned into the Hooligan, man. So now we got, that's the team right now. And then you got me, AuraRight Eo, the CEO. Master lyricist, the word bender, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here. Aura Tape 1 is out, Aura Tape 2 coming soon, Clockwork Aura coming right after that. You know what I mean? So we just gonna keep it Aura, and Aura stands for, a unique raw artist, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we do, man. We just keep it Aura on everything. We wake up, we say top of the Aura, we say word to Aura, get your Aura right, support the Aura, man. So it's Aura on everything.
And you know what's funny? I'm just noticing that when you were setting up, you put those papers there that says Curved on it. What is that? Is that your brand?
Yeah, man. So we're endorsed by Curved Papers. Shout out Michael O'Malley, man. This is the big dog, man. Shout out Michael O'Malley, man. We'll be with him at the cannabis parade, man. The cannabis parade on May 7th, bro. It's crazy. Like we're like it's crazy. Like we opening up. We guess we're walking on the parade. We performing at the parade. And performing my song Coffin, and it's just crazy how things are transpiring, man. Cause I'm from this really small town called Spring Valley, and we just get it rocking, bro. We get it rocking out there. Rockland County, Nyack, Haverstraw, Spring Valley, New City. You know what I'm saying? Nanuet. So we this small little town. We don't got no big buildings, and for me to be doing this shit.
So you literally, you let people know so much about how much adversity it took you to get here. There are going to be people that are going to want to reach out to you. How can people find you? What's your online presence? Like, you have an Instagram?
Yeah, man.
Who are you?
If you type in AuraRight, we're going to pop up on everything. We got AuraRight Records. I'm on Instagram. Where is AuraRight Eo? That's me. If you want to get Clover, that's Clover Vuitton.